So a very good morning everyone. This is Ria. On behalf of PlanMyTrainings.com and Salakar Consultants, I would like to extend my warmest and pleasant morning to each and everyone of you. So today is the fourth event under the banner of PlanMyTrainings.com, and this series of events on technology and education has been named as EdTech. So PlanMyTrainings.com is a training portal for trainers and learners. So it is a meeting place for training industry. So Lucky Dastwar is the founder of PlanMyTrainings.com with her 20 plus years of experience and expertise in learning and development, OD and HR. So she created the portal and took many such initiatives for the benefit of training industry. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together to welcome Lucky ma'am on the virtual stage. The stage is all yours, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Ria. Once again, a very good morning, everyone. A very good afternoon and a very good evening. We'll have people here from various parts of the world. A very good day, and let's have a great session today. I'm sure you all will learn a lot from each other. We all will learn, and it's going to be a great interactive session. So as Ria said, this is the fourth event that we are having under the banner of PlanMyTrainings.com. We had some of face-to-face conferences at a large scale in good 5-star hotels previously. From pandemic time, we shifted to the online mode, but soon we will have the offline mode as well. And this online, offline, these are the things which have brought us this theme that we have today. We are juggling between technology and human. Being from HR, L&D and education, it's too juggling thing that is happening for us. Too much of juggling. We don't know where the technology is going, what is happening, what will happen to the human aspects, what will happen to the human aspects that a teacher has, a trainer has, an HR professional has. So there are so many questions that's going on everywhere, every individual, be it a technology guy, be it a professor, be it an HR professional, a recruiter, everyone has so many questions. Even kids have so many questions that what will happen? What will happen to the future of computer engineering students? That's the question that I get from my daughter. So this is the scenario right now. And that is why this technology thing I brought up in our conference's theme. And therefore, the emergence of this EdTech talks, the concept of EdTech talks started. And that's how it is, Ed and Tech. So education and technology. We want to bring both these things together. So education could be in universities, education could be self-learning, education could be the growth and development of people from corporates, from educational institutions itself. So all those people development aspects related to growth and education and merging it with the technology, that is the concept which I have brought here with EdTech Talks. So all of you are from corporate and educational fields. So I'm sure we will have a great sharing of knowledge here with the perspectives that you are holding about the changes that are happening in the market. I will talk about PlanMyTrainings.com and more about the vision of these talks and our portal. I will talk about all those little later. Before that, I want to welcome the chief guest and the guest of honors to this platform. So we have our chief guest, Dr. Professor Chitranjan Narayan Daftwar. Now, let me tell you that he is a renowned personality in the field of organizational development, organizational psychology, HR, and he has been a professor. He was the first doctor of literature in psychology. So anything that I say would be less. But apart from that, the the one thing that I would like to share, that he is my father, he is my mentor, he is my guide. I have learned a lot from him. I have learned about trainings from him. I have learned about how to be creative from him. I have learned about how to keep working on your dreams from him. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Professor Dakwar to speak a few words and inaugurate the session. Please put your hands together.
Thank you. Thank you, participant, ladies and gentlemen, and colleagues. I am pleased to start this session, and I thank you for gathering here today to listen to an old man's thought on the changing face of technology and its impacts on HR learning and development and education. Before you, I must admit that my experience lies more in industry and old books and classroom than in the realm of technology. But I shall do my best to share my reflections. Throughout my career and as a professor and as you have just heard, a pioneer in the field of HR and psychology, I have witnessed remarkable shift in how we perceive and integrate technology in our lives. The pace at which technology has advanced is nothing short of astounding, transforming the world of work and education in ways I could hardly have imagined. When I was growing, that was a time when most of the things were fascinating and beyond our imagination at that time. So, coming to the training function, it has profoundly impacted as well. Now we have videos, e-learning, this kind of remote conferences which is making knowledge accessible to countless individuals regardless of geographical locations or social economic backgrounds. This opens up new opportunity for continuous learning and upskilling throughout one's career. However, we must not overlook the need for human connections and the profound impact of face-to-face interaction in the learning process. In the field of education, technology has introduced a paradigm shift. Smart boards, education apps, and online resources have transformed the classroom experience, making it more interactive and engaging. However, we must also be cautious of the potential pitfalls of excessive screen time and ensure that the students continue to develop essential social and emotional skills that can only be honed through real-life experiences and genuine human interactions and connections. As I embrace my retirement, I must confess that I am not the most tech-savvy individual. Yet I am in awe of the potential technology holds for the future of HR, learning and development and education. While we celebrate these advancements, we must also remember that technology is merely a tool and its true value lies in how we harness it to promote human welfare and growth. The wisdom of the past must intertwine with the possibilities of the future. As I reflect on my own psychometric tests and their impact, I am reminded that human potential cannot be reduced to mere data points or algorithms. As technology becomes more pervasive, let us not lose sight of the importance of empathy, understanding, and the human touch in our interaction between each other. In conclusion, perhaps let us welcome technology as a valuable ally in our journey, but at the same time, let us also remain guardians of human dignity and compassion. As I step back to the limelight of my career, I am confident that the future holds remarkable opportunities to create a world where technology and humanity dance in harmony, enriching the lives of the individual and the society at large. Thank you. I earnestly wish to continue to inspire the world with our passion for HR, psychology for the betterment of human lives. Welcome to the session. Amen. Namaskar.
Very much, Dr. Dabua. All right, so now it's time to have the speeches. Before that, I would like to acknowledge the presence of eminent personalities from various parts of the world. We have Von Eric Tandok from Canada, who is our guest of honor, international guest of honor from Canada. We have Ambassador Dr. Smiley Mukta from USA, who is our another international guest of honor. We have people from India who are eminent personalities from corporate. So let me acknowledge the presence of Ms. R.T. Chopra, who is the head of HR of a large organization in Gurgaon. Rajiv Jain, he is another eminent personality who has been with us in our past conferences as well. And thank you very much for being with us during all the conferences and sharing your valuable thoughts. Let me also acknowledge the presence of Sanjeet Basuji, who is a founder, director, and a coach of English language. And we have guests, Professor Dr. Richa Ranjan, who has joined us as a guest. Thank you very much. Professor Shrikant, welcome once again. I would like to acknowledge your presence as a guest here, and you're free to, of course, share your thoughts once the speakers, the lined up speakers, complete their thoughts.
Thank you.
Also, Professor K. N. Jha, welcome once again. All right, so
Thank you very much.
thank you. All right, so I will be the host of the day and I will be introducing all the speakers. I will also be sharing about what PlanMyTrainings is and what are the vision and what we plan around this platform and EdTech Talks brand under that. I will talk about those a little later. But before that, I want to invite our international guest of honor, Mr. Von Eric Tandok from Canada. I would like to invite him. Mr. Von Eric Tandok, please share your valuable thoughts. We all were looking forward to it. Over to you.
First, I would like to say thank you for inviting me here. It's a great honor to be part of your event tonight and today in India. So, yes, I would like to say good evening from Alberta, Canada. So it's almost 11 o'clock here evening. But because Lucky is very close to me, because we are both charter member of one club, and I don't know if you're very aware of the biggest international organization for public speaker leaders, that is Toastmasters. So that's where I get to know Lucky. So when she invited me and I checked the time, it's almost midnight. Uh-oh, okay, but okay. It is an experience anyway in learning. So anyway, the topic that I would like to discuss is about the impact and influence of technology in education, fast food and restaurant, and healthcare. Why did I mention the education, fast food and restaurant industry, as well as in the healthcare? Because I've been part and currently part of at least two of them. So I have a long background in fast food and restaurant, but right now I'm involved with healthcare. I would like to mention about the impact of technology in this particular aspect, which is the healthcare. Technology has a significant impact on the healthcare industry, improving the performance, increasing collaboration, and I will say managing costs. Some of the ways of technology that impacted healthcare include here in Canada, and as a part of healthcare, I see, of course, artificial intelligence, and I know you're very much aware of AI. We have the virtual healthcare, and also we have the telehealth. So I was so impressed with this technology that I saw because I'm working in a hospital every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. But what actually interests me is how technology changing education. So I would like to move to education because I've been part of education. I'm a registered teacher before embarking to healthcare and fast food industry. So how does technology change the education? We have seen the multimedia in education. So it's a opportunity and possibility for teachers and students in the world of technology. We are very well aware of multimedia for the uninitiated, and it covers video, music, and others. With the help of course, audio, multimedia features, the teaching quality of teachers has been improved, and now they're able to teach students in a better way. Teachers and students can also use PowerPoint. I know PowerPoint's been a while, but there's some version now, like the Google Slides. We have the Canva, if you are very familiar with the Canva. Animation to prepare their projects in innovative and creative way than before. So that is how technology is changing the education system. Also, we have the so-called augmented reality in education, wherein this is for teachers to provide quality educations to their students. There are thousands of apps available, especially made for education, targeting various parts needed for students and teachers. Example, 3D or visual arts, teaching visual art. So it makes teaching easy and more understandable with visual presentation. And I witnessed this during the pandemic when my son is taking up visual arts. So it's online, right? Everything she do, everything he paint, he will have this visual presentation. So it changed the face also of education during the pandemic. So imagine if go back 100 years before and we have this pandemic and we don't have this technology, right? So for sure, students will not be able to enroll into the university because we don't have this technology. Another way why we have a change in education because of this technology is, of course, again, I mentioned AI in healthcare. So artificial intelligence has emerged as a helping hand to teachers. By how? The grading system was time-taking, but now technology has introduced the automated system, or the so-called automated system. So these are actually changing the face of education, right? So there's a pros and cons here when it comes to technology and education. Pros, student can be learning in different ways. Okay, it is exciting for them to learn and be motivated. Teachers can also enjoy the technology because it offers a lot of tools to enhance classroom learning, communication with parents, and their own professional development. Technology can help teachers understand a large time of individual teaching of students. Technology allows students to help together, work together to better understand their material. So that's the pros. How about the cons in using technology and education? Technology can use to distract a student, as they said. Now that even the younger students can have a cell phone, right? Cell phone, every one of us, young and old, and it says it distract their learning. Let's go to the majority of college students and middle class students. It allows educators, not only, there's no connection anymore because of these technologies. So again, technology is always there. It can be a tool, but of course, we have to be wary also of what is the cons that will bring to our student. Now, let's go to the impact and influence of technology in fast food restaurant. And this is also fascinating to me because I witnessed the old concept of fast food and the new concept of fast food. So a long time ago, the concept of fast food actually in fast food dining was considered a breakthrough in the restaurant industry, right? And that's true. It was a breakthrough before. The idea that food that is ready to eat can be ordered and available to enjoy in a short space of time was considered the future way back then when we introduced the fast food system. Now, fast forward to this day, there's big change because of the technology, right? How? You can now order through your cell phone. Again, you can also order via kiosk. And I remember McDonald's introduced that kiosk. Like you don't have to go to face to the front counter person ordering your food, but rather you go to this kiosk. And I saw that in New York. I was so impressed. Oh, what's this? There's nothing like that in Canada. So after I visited New York, I saw that technology in one of the fast food, and that is McDonald's branch in New York. I saw that one. And then 2 or 3 years later, in Canada, they started to introduce that kiosk. Or kiosk, or right? They call it kiosk. So it's like an automatic. You just go there, order what food you want without actually interacting to the server. And of course, the introduction of drive-through, right? Before the drive-through, when I was working in McDonald's in the Philippines, the concept is the old and traditional way of ordering in the window. But now, we already have the menu board. So that is how technology changing also the fast food industry. So the impact, the influence of technology in these three fields, and I know you're also expert in your own field, and you witness how technology is shaping the future. So I know I have only 7 to 8 minutes. I really wanted to talk about how technology. I'm not a tech savvy person, but what makes me interested here is the change. You said change is always there. I think change is only the permanent, and as we evolve in technology, we also change the industry, let's say education, healthcare, or the fast food. So in conclusion, technology is always there and it's evolving. But while we are embracing technology, I still like the concept of human interaction. Maybe that's the reason why some organizations like Toastmasters are still into teaching people about communication. Is because even if we have technology, even if like this, we have the Zoom, Teams, again, the most important part, without technology, is the human interaction. And while I acknowledge the impact and influence of technology to each and everyone and to all fields of industry, let us not forget, human interaction over technology should prevail. Over to you, our host and founder, Lucky. Thank you, each and everyone. Good evening.
Thank you very much, Juan. This was, yes, very insightful. Things have changed in every sector, be it in healthcare, education, not only education. We are discussing and pondering about what's happening in education, but technology is changing the face of every industry. And the way we have to handle it, it's all upon the individuals who are using it. So, of course, there are organizations who are creating new stuff, they are coming up with new stuff, but the way we use it, that's how it will have an impact on us, whether it will be a pro for us or a con for us. All right, moving on to our next international guest of honor. Before that, I would request all of you to be present till the end of the session, so that we get equal hearing to every speaker. As far as possible, please do. International speakers, I know it's midnight and it will be 2 or 3 in the night for you till we finish off. So, but then please try to be here, and all from here in India, I would request, be here and give an equal listening to each and every speaker, because everyone has got great valuable stuff to talk on. So I will move on to our next international guest of honor to speak a few words. Ambassador Dr. Smiley Mukta. Over to you.
Hi, well, it's over midnight, so good evening to each one of you right from the bottom of my heart. And thank you again to Lucky. She is very, very dear to me. I do not know, I still don't remember the day we just got connected through Toastmaster, and during COVID time, and it's been a long time, I just lost her touch, and suddenly I got such a cute and lovely invitation from her, and I could not deny but to accept with a curiosity to be on the platform, to ignite and leave an impactful image, what we need and the dire need of. Having said that, I'm sure most of you might be knowing me on different platforms, but I'm happy to connect with each one of you right from Dallas. Again, we are talking about technology. This technology has helped us to stay connected without interaction, I understand, but made us available even any part of the world to stay connected. So we should give a round of applause to the technology to give this opportunity sitting across the world to be connected at any point of time in need of. Well, Lucky, thank you once again. I do not know, I have a bunch of things to share. And when I keep talking, I think I can't pause. And that's the reason I think I stood myself from a Go Green passionpreneur to a global leader, luminaire, and a goodwill ambassador. I always keep a mission and a vision to talk about the positiveness of every platform initiativeness. So I give a salute to Lucky to take this opportunity to bring this great, again, a platform for each one of us to share their opinion in different ways, different points. It is over again midnight here, and you will find me always igniting the platform in a positive and a different aspect. Today, I am here to talk about, not about technology. I'm here to talk about how leadership is more important than technology, because that is missing out of the world. We all feel that leadership is a potent combination of strategy and character. Remind, we all are moving into the human race. Again, with the advancement of technology in every aspect, we are speeding ahead to move faster. With that being faster movement, we cannot deny the fact that we are all in a human race with moving with the speeding technology. Global disturbance. My question to each one of you, has the technology been able to control? No. Answer would be probably no. Because we are all in this materialistic world, we all are a human race, we are all about to, and we are moving, compare and compete. Look at earlier days. Did we have all those? No, we didn't have. Things were pretty much simple, easy. No matter what, I'm not putting anyone down. I'm not holding any technology, because we all are enjoying. But at the same time, we have to accept the fact that we are the creators of these master mind technology as well. To some aspect, let's talk about leadership. We have to come out of our comfort zone to step ahead, to be the leader, to lead a perfect technology to embrace. There is no balance. We are talking about leadership, but at the same time, technology. It's not combining, it's not coming in place. Why? Because still we have turmoil everywhere. Still we have devastating global scenario. Think about our COVID time. we have had a huge impact. Did technology control? No! We are in our mastermind to control on our aspect, because this is what we have done and we have to accept the fact, not technology. I understand technology is taking us way ahead in life, but we cannot deny the fact that we are self-responsible to accept or to deny. Every coin has two sides. We are heading on all the advancement of technology, data analysis, robotics, 3D printing, artificial intelligence. Where are we heading? We are all in human race. We are losing our basic leadership quality. And this is not me I'm talking. As a global ambassador, it's my humble mission and vision to inspire, educate, and empower both aspects at the same time, because that is my mission and that is what I'm being tuned to. I have to bring that on a limelight. That there are various research articles are being coming out from the CEOs of leading companies, how much they are facing problem with this high technology. We cannot deny the fact that global CEOs of Alibaba, Google, I read it, IBM, they predict that artificial intelligence, big data, and robotics will have a huge, major impact on human beings. And that is a point of another major impact. If we cannot control, it's not going to move for the world transformation. So we all can take a lead, not as an edu leader, but leadership in every aspect. There is no doubt that the world transformation is not technology, it's us. Leadership, quality in us, which will bring the impact and combine to embrace the technology completely. Because we are part of the world. What is the point in having the technology when we are losing the impact everywhere across the country, in different regions? We are having devastation, violence, flood. And here in Texas, where I am, it has never been happened. We are under severe weather impact. And the city where I'm in, this year, Texas gonna be heading one of the top hottest state. We are experiencing 114 degrees Fahrenheit. Is technology going to help us? No. It's our major impact, what we do. It's all in our own hands. But in the human race, we are shutting ourselves. Interaction is gone. All young masterminds are being stressed because of competing and comparing with this digital transformation. We are not able to stop them. But still, it can be controlled. How? Ask me how. We ourselves have to stand up and be the perfect leader. In the recent World Economic Forum, the chairman itself and himself have pointed out that what could be taken a step ahead to control and embrace technology in the right format. For that, we need kind of leadership and a new kind of leadership. We need leaders who are dedicated, role model, positive change maker. When I say that, I mean it because I myself is a role model and a positive change maker, not in terms of sugarcoating or putting and showcasing all my accolades. No, because I practice and I teach what I practice. When I teach, which I follow in my life, my ethics, my core values, that is a kind of leadership quality we need to have in every field, every aspect. Emotional intelligence, self-driven motivation to control and to lead every individual, embracing and be in need of others. Are we doing that? No, but we call ourselves leader. We are not doing that. We are pulling, bullying. These are all the consequences of high technology. You see here, in the city where I am, there were about 2 or 3 shootings have already been done. Why? Because they are all young masterminds. Forget about other consequences. Major corporates, they are undergoing high rate of terrorism and cyber attacks. Are we able to control? No, it's technology. But we are embracing, we have to move ahead with that. Which can control, how we can control, we can control with our leadership quality. When we stand as a role model, when we open our mind, when we become highly educative of ourselves to be a leader, to call ourselves an edu leader. And not only edu leader only in the education. You can be a leader and make a positive impact with the person who's sitting next to you. That is the leadership. That impact we need to have. And that itself will generate empathy and not commanding, but can mentor, coach, and live happily with a light in life, which is our mission and a vision, because the world is made all of us. And we all have to act and be acting responsibly towards high technology. And at the same time, we have to have a feel to embrace our entire world, to save the world. This is my humble pledge to each one of you. Let's stand and be the kind of a leader, I call it human being leadership in all aspects, which can overrule Let's enjoy. Dive with me to the world where I am. You are most welcome to come and join me, because these are some of my mission and some of my projects which are coming up in queue. Because that is my mission, to dominate the globe, to inspire, empower, and educate in whichever way. Let us make a better place to be a perfect human being, leadership quality. And I guess we can make technology as a human being high-tech technology. How about that? And my mission, to be sustainable and live a sustainable, healthy life. I cannot ignore the fact. Humanity on top and above all, which can win over, and we can enjoy the advanced technology and move ahead for better future for each and every, and particularly for our young mastermind, because they are our nation builders, and we can be a perfect technology human being leadership gift to our young mastermind. How about that? If you all fall into my journey, if you all fall with me, raise your hands and join me with a round of applause that we all have to embrace, move ahead, and leave a legacy behind for our young mastermind, for our upcoming generation to lead a happy, healthy life. Again, with advancement of technology. Signing off, I think I have just gone over my limit. Sorry, Lucky. You know me. If I start talking, I have ample of things to share, but I just can't stop myself. Somebody have to stop me. It is 12:40 here. And I am still energetic. I can still go on. If you would love to hear me, you can leave all your negative feedbacks for me, because that is the way I move ahead with more positiveness. Last but not the least, I would love to have support and love from all of you, because of the reason wherever I go, though I am an Indian born, but now based in United States, I would always uplift my own country and lead a pride for every Indians, especially women, to live loud with identity. So lead me, bless me, so that I can bring more and more wonders and can bring some change to the world with the light enlightenment, with the kind of human being leadership, sustainability. Thank you for hearing me out. And it has been a lovely platform having all of you. Stay blessed, stay happy. Remember, Smiley is just a call away. Whenever you need, I will always be there in any of your platform, anywhere, any topic. Feel free to text me. Love you all from bottom of my heart.
Thank you very much. Love you too, Smile. That was such an inspiring message from Smiley to we all leaders here. I love the part she said that we are the masterminds. It's our duty as leaders, it's our duty to embrace technology, but to keep it limited so that we use it in a right manner. We have to use technology in a manner that it enhances our style of living, not degrades our style of living. And the way she shared about some shootings that have happened, we day in and day out, we hear about so many instances. Parents, many newspapers are filled with such news items. I read few days back that a teenage boy killed his parents because the mobile phone was not being given. We hear so many such instances. In schools and colleges, we hear such instances happening. Bullying, that's what you said, and I really love that also. Thank you very much. Okay, it's going to be a lot of interactions today, and we all are here, leaders from our fields. We all are here to inspire our next generation, to lead them to the right direction, using the technology in the right manner. That's what our focus is as leaders of education field, or as leaders of HR field, as leaders of learning and development field. So with the same kind of passion that even I have, so I take this opportunity to share about PlanMyTrainings a bit before I move on and invite our next speaker. I would like to take a few minutes and share about the platform PlanMyTrainings.com, because we talked a lot, Smiley talked a lot about leaders, the role of leaders and leadership, what it is all about. And therefore, PlanMyTrainings.com is a platform wherein I need support of leaders like you. This is a platform wherein trainers and learners, maybe learners from corporate or college or school, any learners can log in as a student or a learner, and people like us can log in as a trainer. We have the opportunity of creating courses on this platform. We have our own courses, we can have that. You must have seen Udemy. I'm sure you all must be aware of that. I request, if possible, can we all have our cameras on? It feels great to interact when we see each other's faces, isn't it? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, you must have all heard about Udemy. You must have heard about LinkedIn Learning. We all know about Facebook, of course. We are addicted to it also at times. We get addicted to it. We all know about LinkedIn. What are the qualities of these platforms? LinkedIn, Facebook, the quality is that people can connect with each other and they can form groups. That is the one feature which we have taken from there and we have incorporated in PlanMyTrainings.com. The difference is that here it is all about education, it is all about learning and training. So we are focused here about training. Till recent time, the platform was only a showcase platform for trainers, wherein trainers could come and showcase their profile. So that was only feature available for a very long period of time. But now we have revamped it and we have relaunched it with some great features which I'm sharing just now. One is LinkedIn kind of feature, LinkedIn or Facebook kind of feature, wherein you can connect with other teachers, trainers, and students. Second is forming of groups. You can form your own groups as a trainer. If you have your profile over there, if you have your courses over there, you can form your own groups. You can invite students to be a part of that group and you can have interactions. So can I request you to just try and log in at PlanMyTrainings.com right now. I will take you through a quick walkthrough of the platform. So I take this opportunity to have you all on my platform so that you all can support us, guide us, and take this technology further and use it for education. We have Facebook for all sorts of communication. We have Facebook interactions having for selfies and whatnot. But here we have only education, and that's what we want to promote. So I will take an opportunity to quickly share a walkthrough. It is about 4 minutes of walkthrough of the platform, and I request you all to follow this instruction, and that is being given on this walkthrough video that I'll share with you. And please log in and try using it. Hi, welcome to PlanMyTrainings.com. This video will explain to you what this portal is all about, what are its features, and how you can benefit by using. Is the sound coming through?
No, Lucky. I think even video is not there. The sound is also not there. It's very feeble.
Okay, give me a moment. Is the video visible now? Is my screen?
Yes, we can say it is visible.
Okay. Hi, welcome to Plan My Trainings. Is the audio or you can hear the audio?
Yes, it's audible now.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'll just start and please follow through the instructions and log in. Try using it so that we develop further from here. I would want the suggestions and feedbacks from you after the other speeches that happen. After that, we can have a quick round of discussions about what all you would want to see, where there are glitches and all. So just have a look at the platform and try logging in and using it as per instructions. This video will explain you what this portal is all about, what are its features, and how you can benefit by using various features of this portal. So let's dive in. To access this portal, you need to type www.planmytrainings.com. So it is PlanMyTrainings, plural, PlanMyTrainings.com. When you click this, you will get this window to either sign in or create an account. Could you open the platform?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm just moving further. Since you don't have an account right now, you can create one by clicking over here. So this window will open up. Here you have to put your email, your password, your name, last name, nickname, phone number, which is optional. And this is the place where you can select whether to become a trainer over here or a learner. So you can select either of these two roles. So let's say you take up trainer and you agree to the terms and you create an account. Once the account gets created, now mind it, when you create the account, an email will be sent to you on your email ID for verification. It may take a few minutes for the email to reach you, so be patient. And also, please do check your spam folder. The verification email might land up in your spam folder. So once you get the verification email, you verify from there and then you come back to logging in. So in that case, you have to come back and log in here with the help of your user ID and your password that you have created. Alright, so is this happening for you all? Are you able to use it? Are you able to use it?
Yes.
Already entered.
Okay, great.
Not getting the email.
So email would take a bit of time. You will get it. It takes a few seconds to reach.
Got it. Got it.
Got it? Okay. I would like to mention that we all get into the categories of 4 phases in dealing with technology as human beings, as users of technology. We enter into 4 different phases. The first phase is the denial phase, wherein we feel like, oh, this is not going to work, this is not happening for me, I can't do it, too much of tech things, I can't handle it. That is a denial phase that I see many people are in right now. Many educators are in the denial phase. But the thing is that we need to accept it, and that is the second phase that I was talking about. 4 phases. We many people happen to be in the denial phase. Some people move to acceptance phase. Then some people move to adaptations phase, and 4th is having excellence on it, using it for their own purpose. So we need to move. Now it is time that we cannot do with denial phase. We have to accept that technology is happening. Initially, when meetings used to happen on Zoom, even everyone, I also used to feel that, oh my God, this is not my cup of tea. So we need to move, at least take step-by-step movement from being from denial stage to acceptance, to adapting to the technological changes, and further to using it for our own benefit and for the benefit of others. And being leaders in education field, I think we have more responsibility to use it for ourselves and others. So I hope you must have logged in till now. I will take you through some of the basic features quickly in this video about what this platform is all about. And you can use that as per your convenience for your own institutes, your own organizations, or with your own students. So let's have a quick look on what all are there inside. So let's log in and let's see what is inside. If you have selected trainer in the profile type while registering, then this window will open up. This is a trainer's dashboard or instructor's dashboard. Now on this window, there are various features that trainer can use. You will have to request us to open the course creation feature for you if you are interested in that. So once that feature gets opened, then you can create your own courses from here, on this dashboard. So you can create course, you can create quizzes within the course, questions, certificates, groups, challenge exams, assignments, essays, etc. So let's have a quick look on how to create a course on this portal. So when you come here, you add new, and then it will open up a very simple course creation window wherein you can just upload your videos, your content, you start creating your title of the course, you upload your images, your videos and contents, and you publish it, and the course gets published. So I'm quickly taking you through the course creation process so that you understand what are the features of this portal. I'm not getting into the detailed understanding of each and everything. So that is one thing. Now let's exit the dashboard of an instructor or a trainer, and let's come to the home page. This is the normal home page which will be seen by anyone who registers as a student on this portal. As a trainer, your instructor dashboard will open up first, and then you have to exit the instructor dashboard to come to this home page. On this home page, there are blog items over here where you can see the newsletters that we publish. There are activity feed, which is about all the groups, the discussions that's happening in the groups. You can view those over here. You can also create groups. So from your profile over here, let's say this is the group, you can create a group by going over here. You create a group for yourself, and you can add your students here, and you can add a discussion forum as well. So these are some of the features, and this is very interesting feature because in most of the LMS websites there is only the feature of course creation, whereas over here there is an opportunity for each instructor or a trainer to have groups within their courses, so they can discuss with their students, they can have forums of discussions with their students. So this is a very interesting feature which is quite unique in the market that we have brought up. So those were two basic and most important features of this portal. Now let me take you through two more features which are again very important and very interesting, and I'll quickly take you through those two features as well. Now we all love Facebook, LinkedIn, all these communities. The same feature is available over here. Here you can build connections. So you can have your own connections, you can send requests for connection to your students, to teachers, whosoever you want. So this is one cool feature. You can have discussions, connect directly, that is there. The fourth and the last but not the least and very interesting feature which you would love is the trainers showcase. So when you register as a trainer, you get showcased under this tab of trainers. When that is clicked, all the trainers list comes up over here. So when any name is clicked, any name of the trainer or a training organization, when it is clicked, the entire detailed profile of the trainer opens up over here. We are adding few more things like image and few more items can be added over here like certifications and all. That is already there. So if there are any certifications, that can be seen over here. And if there are any courses that the trainer is running on this portal, it will be visible as another tab over here. So these are some of wonderful features, and there are many more small features which I am not speaking of right now, but it is a great idea of having one's own community groups and our own courses run on this portal. So if you are interested, you can get in touch with us and we will provide you with an instructor dashboard, and we can have a collaboration, a kind of business collaboration as a trainer and a training organization has. All right. So thank you for watching this and thank you for walking through. There is a group which I already created last night, which is of this our EdTech Talks group. I have already created that. It is there on the platform. I request you all to please join those groups, that group, log in and join maybe after the event, and let's start discussing about technology, about education, about training, about HR, how we can bring changes. And it would be great if you can share the future topics that we can take up, and we brainstorm on what all we can do for using the technology in the right manner. All right. With that introduction about what the platform is, and I already shared about my vision on why I have come up with these EdTech Talks. I already shared that. Now let's move on to our guest of honors and speakers of the day. So we had two people from different sectors, from sectors not from corporate. Now I would like to invite our guest of honors from the corporate sector. So I would like to invite Dr. Chinmoy Vajpayee. Let me have a quick introduction of him. I would, before Dr. Chinmoy Vajpayee, I would like to just give a quick introduction on Smiley and Juan, which I missed. I'll just quickly go through their introduction. Juan is Club Growth Director in Toastmasters of District 99. He is a club sponsor and Speechcraft sponsor. He is also taking care of youth leadership programs, and he is a professional speaker, moderator, facilitator, and he has published a book which is one of the top ranking books in public speaking, which is named as Say It Loud, Say It Proud. So that was about Juan. I'm sorry I missed introducing you in the beginning, but here is the introduction of our guest of honors from international locations. Smiley, we all heard her. We all got to know that she's an ambassador, global ambassador. She's a Green Queen, world record holder, and global outstanding influencer. She has got several awards. So that was about Smiley. Now coming to our next speaker, Dr. Chinmoy Vajpayee. He is Vice President, Head of L&D at Viacom, an IT startup He is a dab hand in establishing continuous learning frameworks, interests, and conducting psychoactive sessions for affecting permanent change in corporate variance research areas, putting AI to use vis-a-vis psychological well-being, studying mental patterns and behavioral modifications. That's very interesting. So let's hear from him what he has brought about AI and human behavior and psychology. It's going to be a great speech, and the title of his speech is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of AI, a skeptical yet optimistic take. That's a great topic. We look forward to listening from you. Over to you, Dr. Chinmoy. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big round of applause and welcome Dr. Chinmoy.
Thank you so much, Lucky. I guess I'm audible to all of you.
Yes.
So, a warm greetings to all the learned mates as well as participants. And thank you so much, Lucky, first of all, because you are really impressive the way you bring people on board and make them buy the idea. It could be anything, let's say, cajoling them into giving a speech on some particular topic. So kudos to you. And secondly, before embarking on this little short presentation on AI, that is artificial intelligence, I would also like to kind of showcase the company for which I'm working. This is Wirecon. Basically, it's an IT startup. And the one thing which appeals to me about this company is the amount of freedom that they give to its employees in terms of trying something out of the box. That is, something creative as such. So coming back to the topic as such, the heading is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde of the AI. So why this topic? Because let me give you a glimpse about as to what this L&D's status is right now in corporate sector. There is a lag, as per ATD, there is a lag of about 8 years between the corporate and its L&D department. So L&D departments are normally lagging behind. Shall I try and share the presentation as well? I have the presentation with me. So let me try. And
you should be able to share. I have opened the access for everyone.
Yes, so let me try doing that because that's not allow me on this one. Okay. Here it goes. Can you see everybody? Is it visible to all?
Yes, it is visible.
Right. So I don't know as to how you put it in a show kind of a thing, but these are the slides. The very first one, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, right? So I'll just speak about the very first one. So it's an unpleasant situation where it's like getting caught between these Scylla and Charybdis. In the sense, two unpleasant situations. If you don't adopt AI as it is, this 8-year lag is gonna grow wider. And if we adopt, naturally there are going to be huge repercussions because this is an uncharted territory for everybody. Now coming to the second slide as such, which says about, this is the Merriam-Webster's pullout as to what is artificial intelligence for the uninitiated. Basically, it's a branch of computer science which deals with simulation of human behavior or intelligent behavior. So the third slide, it says about the practical application of AI. Basically, you must have heard about certain words like machine learning or something of that sort, or let's say Google search in the simplest form of it. So how AI is different from them? It's you can take it as a superset. AI is the umbrella, the superset, and the subsets or the sets are machine learning and the Google search and all that stuff. But there is one big.
Dr. Chinmoy, can you try putting it in the slideshow mode because it's little.
Help with that because I will not be very comfortable doing that here from. So
Okay.
I
You are
could.
using mobile phone?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
I mean, I am on my cell phone, but unfortunately, my laptop went kaboom. So that's the only reason why I am actually using my iPhone. So it has its own limitations.
So just try zooming it a bit so that one.
I'll do this. I can, right? So okay, the slide which I'm going to now focus on is this one, the AI, right? The middle one. So it says the artificial intelligence, first sentence is artificial intelligence, just for the sake of identification of the slide, right? Now, if I were to kind of give you an analogy, artificial intelligence is more like an event planner. You just give them the theme and they're gonna chalk out everything for you. Right from the boarding and lodging to the dress code and the catering to the decoration and the theme and all that stuff. You just need to tell them the intention of yours, whether it's a wedding anniversary function, whether it's a birthday function or whatever it is. Just like that, AI comes into picture. So artificial intelligence basically harps on the intention behind the query. So you will be raising a query on any of the artificial intelligence platforms. So for that, you need to figure out as to what is the intention. Is it, let's say, for example, if it is L&D, is it training for the freshers, the new inductees, or is it a refresher course? So that really actually matters a lot as far as artificial intelligence is concerned. Machine learning doesn't go beyond algorithm. It doesn't go into the intention of it. But yes, artificial intelligence goes into it. So you have this neural layers and deep think and all that stuff. So artificial intelligence platforms, they need to be trained just like a kindergarten goer. So let's say, for example, if I have to figure out the damaged car parts, the automobile parts in my car, what I'll do is I will kind of try and train the artificial intelligence system on identification by uploading images, let's say. So the images would be of the car parts which are functional and the car parts which are not functional, how they would look when they are not functional, kind of. So this is how you train it, and later on the AI can figure out as to whether the car parts are functional or not, or damaged, let's say. Now coming on to the next slide, which says about more about the AI. Basically, it's not one software, rather than it's a combination of so many technologies based on audio, visual, cognitive, linguistics, etc. So all embedded in one, and enabling it to learn in a dynamic fashion. The AI tools normally are very dynamic and they learn basis the interactions. And this happens to be the drawback as well, which I'll come on to later on. Then deep learning, robotics, and ML, that is machine learning, these are all part of artificial learning, artificial intelligence only. So, citing one example from the household, the daily thing, normally nowadays you will find that cell phones also have this artificial intelligence thing. How? For example, if I charge my phone, if I dock my phone only for, let's say, 10 minutes in the morning, slowly the iPhone picks it up as to at what time and for how much duration you dock the cell phone. And it really speeds up the charging process because it is aware that I will be docking it only for 10 minutes. But let's say, for example, if I dock the phone in the afternoon or in the evenings, it would charge slow. But in that particular slot in the morning, it would charge very fast. This is the application of artificial intelligence. Now coming to the famous writer Robert Louis Stevenson, you know, I guess there's a spooky fit and relevance to the concept of AI. Yes, the author was very prophetic about artificial intelligence while he created this gothic masterpiece, The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So Dr. Jekyll, in one of the chapters, he says that man is not truly one, but truly two. And then he further goes on to say that I learned to recognize the thorough and primitive duality of man. This is the case with AI. It has the Dr. Jekyll part to it and Mr. Hyde's part to it. I'll come on to that. It's almost in the fag end of it and approaching the fag end of my presentation. So AI basically mimics human cognition, how we think, how we reason. So basically, when you are mimicking humans, you are mimicking duality. So the bad, the good, and the evil kind of a thing. So this particular slide actually stresses upon that point. So any AI would be dabbling with the good and the evil. It's a tight road to walk. Okay, so the Dr. Jekyll is basically the good things about the AI. It could help us with content preparation. See, whatever I'm right now sharing with all of you gentlemen and ladies here is primarily from the point of view of L&D, that is learning and development. Right? So it could be content preparation, it could be idea generation, image generation. You just give a narration or details about something and you could have a beautiful image. Then you have AI-powered chatbots for conversation. You could have case studies and storytelling and all that stuff. I'm just rushing fast through some of the slides which are not that important. Now coming to the Mr. Hyde part, the ethics. Basically, it would amount to kind of policing and the privacy breach and being intrusive. You have these deep fake scams and frauds nowadays, wherein you could actually make somebody look like somebody else, right? So that is deep fake, and this is possible by AI only, using AI. Creative power, it lacks creative power, but then whatever it has, I guess it might make humans, that is us, kind of lethargic. And whatever is in digitized format, that is in binary 0 and 1, so that could be actually fed into it, and that would form to be the data of it. But then this itself is going to be the societal point as well, because anything which is confidential, you should not be relying upon AI, because any tool would be asking for data, raw data, which the artificial intelligence tool uses for self-training. So anything which has something to do with the company policies or company-specific training programs, best avoided AI as such. So the future, now this is the major important part which is of my interest, decoding behavior pattern. Let's say, for example, if I request all of you to just look at pay attention to your desks, wherever you are sitting, and where have you placed your cell phone or the laptop, towards your right or towards your left. If it is towards your right, then, and if it is towards your left, I guess that is the area where you are most head-on kind of a thing. You can take difficulties, head-on challenges. That is your orientation. And the other side, where you have not placed yourself on the laptop, that happens to be your blind spot. You are not very careful in that particular area. So if you have those who have kept it on your rights, I guess the thing that you need to focus on, you will be keeping it there. So this, just imagine now, this is all psychographics and psychscape kind of a learning. Imagine AI being trained into identifying all this, using the cameras that you have on your laptops or your cell phones and the mics that you have, and listening to your conversations, figuring out as to what kind of a personality you are, whether you are a visual character, audio character, kinesthetics, you must be paying attention to the kind of vocabulary that you have. Now it could be used for the benefit, but then just imagine what all could be done with this information. So maybe even the pupil dilation, as to what are the things which make your pupils dilate, the eyes, which shows the amount of interest that you have. So the psychscape tampering is always a possibility. The manipulation is always a possibility. So the moment one gets to the subconscious, let's say, or the inner domain, ethics prohibit us, the NLP psychologists, to stop there and then and not try and manipulate by kind of showing some idea of thought at that stage. That's completely missing as far as AI is concerned. It might happen that AI-induced crimes or AI-induced suicides could start taking place. Even worse, some terrorist attack. So I'm just portraying both the worlds for you, because this is an uncharted territory for anybody as such. So in last, almost we have approached the last of this particular session. I'm so sorry, I just couldn't match up with the presentation slide as such. The conundrum, the puzzle is it a Renaissance movement just like it took place in the 19th century, maybe 17th century, I guess, wherein a lot of developments took place into literature and art and all that stuff? Or is it the Oppenheimer moment? It is said that Oppenheimer opined, he quoted actually from one of the Hindu scriptures, most probably Gita, I am become death, now the destroyer of the worlds. This is what Oppenheimer, the one who actually invented atom bomb, said about it. So it's on its way to becoming predictive. Right now, AI is almost on its way to becoming predictive. Predictive in the sense it could predict as to what is going to happen. Imagine a scenario where it could become prophetic, in the sense it could be actually making prophecies. What is the difference between prediction and prophecy? Prediction is normally kind of extrapolation based on the data that you have. Prophecy need not necessarily be related to the data that you have. It could be completely, thoroughly unrelated to the information that you have. So the doomsday is around the corner, maybe. But even if it cannot inflict anything, it could certainly make us believe or buy this idea. Yes, something doom-like can happen, making us all despondent and depressed and whatnot. So this is the power. I'm just citing all these things just to share with you the immense potential that AI has, just like the atomic theory or the atomic power. It could be used for generation of electricity. At the same time, atom bomb, right? And when it is said that when atom bomb was dropped in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Oppenheimer opined that he had blood on his hands. Already, United Nations General Secretary has opined that this is going to be an uncharted territory and it is very difficult to cope up with the evils of it. So last but not the least, from predictive to being prophetic, or let's say, is it we using AI or is it AI using mankind? Now, this is a question that we should be asking ourselves. And it is not going to we should make sure that it doesn't substitute the humans as such. Of course, it is not going to in all probability. So is it Dr. Jekyll that we look up to, or is it that it's Mr. Hyde lurking somewhere behind? So let's vow to choose judiciously and let's put it to the best use. Thank you so much for being patient listeners to whatever I have to share. Thank you so much. Over to you, Lucky.
Thank you, Dr. Chinmoy. That was quite immersive about what AI is, what all falls within AI, and how it can become. It can be like light is something which is useful, but we can also have atom bomb on the other side. So yes, it is. AI is similar. Technology is similar. Who knows? After about 5 years from now, and this kind of meeting, and maybe I would be an AI. You would be looking at an AI list talking to you. Who knows? 30 to 40% of my guests would be AI, and we readily accepting them. Yes, we have few AIs from over here, and we have few humans over here. That can happen maybe 5-10 years from now, and we start accepting them as a part of society, robots as a part of the society. I don't know what will happen, what's going to happen in future. It gives me goosebumps when I think about these things. I think a lot about these things. Okay. Anyways, that was very immersive and quite interesting, knowledgeable about the uses of AI and how we can use it. Now, continuing to the corporate sector in our speech flow, let's move on to another well-known person from corporate. She is our guest of honor from the corporate sector from Gurgaon itself, India, Miss Aarti Chopra. We will have her to speak about AI and technology related to corporate. Her title is HR Digital Transformation. So looking forward to listening from you, being from HR myself. Yes, this is a very interesting topic that I personally look forward to. Miss Aarti Chopra is a Senior Vice President HR at Ad Global 360. She is a leading this company is a leading MarTech company, and as a new age HR leader, she believes in leveraging technology to drive productivity in human resources. HR tech solutions have the potential to revolutionize the HR landscape, and she is thrilled to be part of it. Same here. We have same values and same interests, and I really look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for being here. Over to you, Ms. Aarti Chopra. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. Let's welcome Aarti Chopra on the virtual stage. Stage is all yours.
Thank you, Lucky, for this beautiful introduction. And hey everyone, a very happy morning to all of you. And many thanks to PlanMyTraining to host this enriched learning event. So as my crisp introduction, I head HR for Ad Global 360 India, which is a leading MarTech company. a company which takes care of marketing by taking technology at its core. So you all know that for today's HR leaders, it's strategically very important to embrace technological transformation in order to achieve strong business outcomes and to improve effectiveness and efficiencies. Now, as per the survey done by Deloitte recently, highest use of technology in HR will be for skill management, learning management platforms, and for talent acquisition. I would also want to point here that the three domains where the HR technology leaders will plan their focus is going to be around reporting, analytics, talent acquisition, HR information systems. Now, I would want to quote few of the surveys because these are the things already observed. The data is already in place to say that where the technology is going to take a lead in terms of HR. So through recent survey done by Gartner on HR leaders, it was shared by HR leaders that 44% of HR leaders would want HR technological transformation to be done to increase the revenue and growth. 26% would want that we want this to do the growth in terms of headcount and skills. 17% said that we would want to optimize the cost. 2% they said that I would want to reduce IT risk or compliance risk. 1% said that we have to use technology in order to deliver DEI initiatives. So DEI, let me just elaborate. It is diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. And 1% said that we would want to go for environmental sustainability initiatives to come out of technology interventions in HR. And 1% went for merger and acquisitions. So that's how technology was felt as a need for HR as a function to improvise. And today, most of the mature organizations already have HR applications on their cloud. Now, let me cover 3 challenges also, because of course we say that it should be there, but then there are 20% organizations who are still away from it. So now the 3 challenges why they are not able to implement it into their core is because first, there are ongoing investments already done on the systems, and which is preventing them to use the new technology coming in the market. Second, justifying the new investment. Third, they're saying that developing and maintaining strategic roadmap for HR technological transformation is little new to them. They're not embraced with it, and hence they're not able to prove to the management that where it is going to lead them to. Understanding emerging trends in technology, and the fifth is implementation of planning and preparing it well. So at the end, I would not want to elongate it. We all know that technology is a dead weight without adoption. So employees who reject technologies are always busy in finding whereabouts of doing any job faster or efficiently. Hence, HR leaders should therefore actively drive adoption of technology to increase efficiencies in their organization. And at last, I would want to thank everyone who are part of this forum on this time, and wish them all a very, very happy day ahead. Many thanks. Over to you, Lakshmi.
Thank you, Ms. Aarti Chopra, for the view about the HR and the employee's perspective on how technology is impacting them and how they need to embrace it. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.
Many thanks.
Moving on to our next guest of honor, and who is with us for many of our initiatives. I would like to welcome Shalav D. He is the director of Salakar Consultants. He has 25 plus years of HR experience. He has been CHRO at various organizations, many clients. He is handling for HR outsourcing services. He is handling the entire HR processes for various clients, and he has also been the leader for initiating some of the international organizations launching their HR systems over here in India. So that was a short introduction. He has lots of experience around HR and even use of technology in HR. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Shalabh D.
So good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. Thank you so much, Lucky, and thanks all the participants. You have spared your weekend for this event. So thank you so much. Thanks, Lucky, for coordinating, managing, driving, launching this event so that we all can come together. So thank you so much. I would take up this topic of how automation in the HR world is really changing what we do and how we do. Though it's a famous, it's a usual, it's a routine topic to talk about it. But since I have seen both sides of the world, when I started my career, people were not able to type Naukri.com properly. And why they have kept name Naukri was a big question mark, since their straight competitor was Job Street at that time and Jobs Ahead, which was a more familiar name. But what made Naukri click better was combination of focus on what people are looking for. So, people and human-centric approach combined with innovations and technology. Even today, you would see Naukri is continuously innovating. Okay, so they have not stopped. Now, these days you can call from Naukri portal straight away. So as many of you already spoke about, having human touch and use of technology would be key to succeed in the world, going forward. Now, if I have to talk about what HR is, let me make it, something, I take HR as a helper and as a change agent, as you know. So, if I have to compare with some, figure from history or from even from our religious text, then perhaps HR is Krishna. It's everywhere in the organization. His job is to help. The way Krishna was helping to resolve problem between Kauravas and Pandavas by negotiating before the Mahabharata began. And then he was the change agent where the divine won over something which was not right, if I have to call it evil. So HR is perhaps playing that kind of role. It's a change agent and it's a helper, and hence to have strong technology the way Brahmastra was there, with good and evil both, but Krishna was controlling. You would remember when Brahmastra was used against wife of Abhimanyu, and she was pregnant, so it was aimed to kill the last hope of Pandava to take ahead their generations, to have offspring from Abhimanyu's wife, and hence Kaurava would have further generation ruling Hastinapur and rest of India. So to stop that, Ashwasthama used the weapon, which was Brahmastra, and it was stopped by Krishna. So we know what AI is all about. We have to use it. Many people are not using it. They have Brahmastra with them, but they're not using it. Example is ATS. I have seen many organizations, larger organizations, they do have ATS. And smaller organizations, they don't have ATS, but they're not using it. Application tracking system, the other name is recruitment tracking system. But I have seen most of organizations, they don't use it fully. Other than, top 20, 30 organizations in India. They're not using, or technology organizations, TCS and Wipros of the world. They're not using it. And hence, I would like to bring this to focus that we must use it. There are ATS which can post a job at a time at multiple job portals, and hence you will not have to, go and post those jobs. These ATS would shortlist candidate without you getting in, but you would see even today 90% of HR guys are not using ATS this way. They are themselves manually doing it, and ATS is perhaps to capture data and people machine to handle pipeline for future need. No, ATS has got lot many use. So, my appeal in this session would be to go ahead and use these technologies. ATS is one of the example. When you onboard, these days people are using automated onboarding. So you don't give physical papers, and it's automated. You upload it, you fill one form, and everywhere that would be used. The finance guys would use it for deduction of taxes, and employee database would also get developed using that form, which you have one time filled it. You are not supposed to do it again, time and again. So to an extent, I see in industry that onboarding software is being used better than what you find for other software like ATS. And similarly, there are many other softwares like employee engagement, softwares focusing on employee engagement. So someone is doing a good job, his manager or his co-worker of his level, he can appreciate. Senior people can reward. That reward could be monetary. And again, this is used by very, very less number of organizations, but it's a fantastic tool. So I've seen some of the fintech organizations using it, but not everyone. Similarly, I saw Google, Google using ongoing appraisal long back. Okay, Accenture doing that. The appraisal would be done. Whenever anyone has performed well, you can put a remark, and that remark would get added to your annual appraisal, center. And when your salary hike is due after your annual appraisal, etc., at that time, all these things would be taken into consideration. So this, I'm talking about 7 years back, I saw these few organizations using it. But still, we have got most of organizations do not use it. But do understand these technologies are very important. You have seen the usual trend, by a few of over smart employees, I would say, if I'm allowed to say that, because I would say we have to come upfront and talk what it is. So what they do, so-called over smart employees, they start performing in last quarter of the year. They start respecting the instructions, they start respecting their managers, they start focusing on their performance. Everything that they do in the last few months, few quarters, and if it is quarterly, which is not very usual in corporate, quarterly appraisal, etc., half yearly you have, then whenever the appraisal is nearer, they would start performing better. This could be managed by having ongoing appraisal, and that could be through technology. So since you all spoke about human aspect, that people would always be important, of course I I also support that view, but I'm leaning towards use of technology more because we are not doing that. And then, you have got recruitment, you have got onboarding, you have got, so onboarding sessions are there, which also could be automated. But we see most of platform, they have got only, one second, I'll just try to show you something. Yeah, they have got, they don't upload their videos. So we came up with this idea that why we can't have something like Udemy for corporates. You can load your video, you can appear for tests, and you will get certificates. And I would like to share that we have, we have done development of almost 90%. This is the website Happy Performer. Here you have got that feature. So you can upload your training videos. You can, students or employees would undergo that training. They would be required to undergo test, and the certificate would be provided. So it would be internal Udemy for organizations. All right. So, what I want to bring to notice is like technology is there, but it is not being used, as you understand. And people, either they have technology, so they have got that Brahmastra in their room, but they're hardly using it, or Brahmastra is there, very, very economical, very cheap in the market. When you look at the returns it would bring, but you're not using it. So you have got the weapon, you have got the technology, but you're not purchasing it, you're not using it. So these are some of the gaps you see in the market. And technology is going far, far beyond. These days, we have one organization with whom we have collaborated. There, they have got a chat bot for recruitment. So if anyone wants to, the candidate would have lot many questions. So they would come to you, and you could, instead of recruiters wasting their time, the chat bot would answer that. So in fact, I have added the link, and lucky if you are putting this video on YouTube, etc., you can have the link of Salakar Consultants. If any one of you you are interested in having these technologies, we can help you out. We can give some demo of these tools available in the market, which would dramatically change the outcome of your business. And HR would be those change agent. The way Jack Welch talks, HR, there should be 2 HR director in an organization. One is like admin HR, who takes care of where is my PF, why this PF is less, okay, those kind of questions. Okay, why my punching is not happening properly, the usual issues. And there should be another HR director who should be strategic HR director, who would be sitting in the board meetings, understanding the business pain points and deriving strategies out of it to make business succeed and beat the competition. So and again, so wherever whatever you talk about, you have technology in the market. Like, for example, you used to do employee satisfaction survey. I remember Lucky used to send the proposal of employee satisfaction survey. We used to send proposal to larger organization. We would do employee satisfaction survey of your 10,000 people company. We would have a sample of 1,000 people, 2,000 people. And we would do. But these days, employee satisfaction survey is done by that, your HR, ERP, what you call, where a pop-up would come up and it would ask, how are you doing today? Okay, so that again we have in happyperformer.com. and there are a few other as well, but I see these things being used mostly in in US to a little better extent than what we are using, and in India limited number of organizations are using it, as I spoke about. So that's it, so end to end, right from recruitment, onboarding to exit. Okay, like exit interview is also automated. The benefit of it is like you can link it, you can have a process. If you don't sorry I'm sorry, am I audible?
Yes, you're back.
Okay. So these days, even exit interview, you can go on your software. You can you can fill the form. It is very user friendly. You have to click the boxes. How do you rate your manager? Very easy question, easy way to fill those questions. And just a second, please. All right, and then the report would get generated automatically instead of we going to a consultants. Okay, so these are new age technology, and I appeal all of us over here to kindly use it and take it ahead. That's all from my side, Lucky. I'm not sure I took more than required time. Perhaps I might have given few good tips to the audience. Thank you for listening. Thanks.
Thank you, Shalaf. Yes, your perspective was leaning towards technology, and thank you for sharing that, because even for PlanMyTrainings, that's what even I shared, that people move from being denial mode to acceptance to adapting to using it. We need to adapt and we need to use it, like Shalaf said, that we need to use it like a Brahmastra. It is the Brahmastra, and HR professionals are the Krishna who can guide this Brahmastra to the right direction, or who can, if they don't intervene, then probably it might get used for not so good intentions. So thank you so much. Very insightful and many insightful tips you shared, and I have seen the way you are using technology for your clients, for the HR outsourcing services that you provide. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
All right. Okay, now let us, we had quite a good interaction about HR and corporate sector. I would want to move now to the other sector, which is like speaking sector and education sector, for which I would like to invite our guest of honor from the speakers world, Mr. R.K. Das. Are you there?
Yes,
hello.
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. So R.K. Das ji, he's heading RKDX Talks, which is all about speaking and competing speakers who can share their views from education, especially for principals and teachers. He has this forum, and this is what is a great initiative that he is taking in the speaking sector. So we have R.K. Das here with us to talk about his perspective on technology and human aspects and HR and speaking world. Over to you, Mr. Das.
Yes, Lucky ma'am, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak in your gracious platform. Yeah, I have listened other speakers also regarding artificial intelligence. As today's topic, I have said about frontiers. You know what, like as artificial intelligence is creating a very serious thought for everyone. And to my surprise, I came to know that some people, even they are graduate, but they are not aware of AI. Now let me tell you. So it is the responsibility of some people, some group of people, to start, explaining them. Rather, it should be frontiers in artificial intelligence. As we know that artificial intelligence publishes rigorously peer-reviewed research on, you can say, the cutting-edge, disruptive technological revolution of artificial intelligence. See, led by an outstanding, we should have a kind of board of international experts, maybe from education, maybe from science background, maybe from arts background, or commerce background, or computer background. These experts across academia and industry, frontiers in artificial intelligence, aims to be at the forefront of, disseminating scientific knowledge and impactful discoveries to academics. We have policymakers, industries, and the public worldwide. See, let me try to explain in a very layman language. The open access model and the rigorous and fast peer review make the journal. We have a kind of journal and research. There should be a platform where everyone can get a chance to share their views on artificial intelligence. A platform to publish high quality content should be on challenges and of course solution that brings the AI suite of methods to practical use. See, we all are talking about applications. We all are talking about, theoretical part. But when it comes to application part, how artificial intelligence will help people in real life, in application. What are the methods? What are the things that we apply in our day-to-day life, artificial intelligence? See, in a broad sense, AI is understood as the, we call it computational tools to make sense of complex, big, data, or it can be data sheets, or humans can only mine by training machines and make them perform human-like tasks. Just let me recall 10 years back, when we visit the bank, we see that there is a lot of registers. And suppose if you deposit some money, the manager, first thing the manager do is that he collect the cash, and the moment he collect the cash, count the cash, he start writing down in the register, a ledger, whatever, in commerce, by cash or receipt or whatever. So everything is maintained in register. But nowadays, things are dematerialized. And when I say dematerialized, everything is changing. Paper into computer, digital. So this digital is something that is purely related with AI. If I say that calculator, the calculating machine is also a computer, I may not be wrong. It is. But now that calculator has gone back. With mobile only, even with Google, mobile only we can use. The enormous expansion of AI in all aspects of modern life needs a platform of exchange. The frontiers means what? We have to give a platform so that people will debate, people will talk about artificial intelligence. Because it is not that simple. Many problems are similar in the various use areas, such as data access and quality, validation, and of course ethical issues also. See, frontiers in artificial intelligence once to be this nexus of AI research and provide a unified home for innovation, research in core and applied AI areas. Let me tell you what are the things that we have to take into consideration when we talk about frontiers in artificial intelligence. The first thing I should say that AI for human learning and behavior changes. AI should be used in business, all in food, agriculture and water. Artificial intelligence nowadays, as I've said about calculator, artificial intelligence can be used in finance, big data and AI in high energy physics. See, taking everything, fuzzy system, language and computations, machine learning and artificial intelligence, medicine. Even when we talk about medicine, a day will come, Lucky ma'am will say that you will be talking to a particular person who is an artificial intelligence representing human being. So a day will come when artificial intelligence will take the place of a doctor. By seeing the symptoms, the artificial intelligence can give the medicine. Who knows? It might be. Medicine and public health. Even natural language processing. As we know, they convert Hindi into English or English into Hindi. So these are what? These are all. And nowadays, just type. For example, you want to make a short story. You want to make a short story. Just write down AI. Short story. When you click, they will ask you to give a sentence, a small sentence. For example, today is my birthday. The AI make this sentence in such a way that it becomes so fabulous. Even human beings takes 3-4 nights to make this sentence. Even headline, when newspaper and all, the same news with synonyms headline, but different language, different order. These are done by AI. Now, I should say that AI is recognized everywhere now, but there should be some platform that they used to conduct on the topic about artificial intelligence, because it is very vast and wide, and even RTDX talks is not, I will not say it's a frontier, but yes, trying to be a frontier of artificial intelligence, and our main purpose is to make this artificial intelligence very friendly and easy, so that a day will come when computer will not rule human beings. Nowadays, we even have a fear that computer is taking away everything. Computer becomes the king. Computer may rule people. But if we know who made this artificial intelligence, it is by human being only. But why limit number of people should know? It should be known by everyone. Nowadays, everything goes online. And our mission is to create a platform and make them very easy and accessible to everyone. And people should know about artificial intelligence very nicely. And there should be some platform who can teach in a layman language. So this is all that I want to say. Thank you so much for listening. And I wish Lucky ma'am lots of success. And thank you once again for giving me a chance to speak. Have a good day. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Mr. Das. I'm sorry, I just electricity went off and I logged off, and I've joined with my mobile. All right. So next we have with us. Thank you so much. Your insightful talk around how EdTech Talks is taking initiative. Quite interesting. I missed few portions of your talk. I'm sorry, I logged off because of electricity, but I'm sure people must have enjoyed, and it must have been quite interesting and knowledgeable. All right, now let us move on to our next speaker, who is again now moving on to the corporate sector, and then again we will move on to the education sector and other sector. I would like to call upon Mr. Rajiv Jain. Rajiv Jain is a published author. He is into Agile. So he is a person here who is from more of a technical side, wherein we all are from the HR and semi-technical, I would say. Most of us are from semi-technical or HR or education. Rajiv is from Agile side, the technology side. He's an Agile transformation coach. He's a trainer and eloquent speaker with 25 plus years of corporate experience. He is working as a director, Agile coach with UBS, Pune. He has transformed age-old recruitment and L&D processes for many organizations into Agile ways of working. And this is very interesting for us to understand what are the Agile ways that he has brought for his customers, for his organization. He is actively involved in bridging academia-industry gap and strengthening the industry-academia relationship. He has been awarded by P. Rajendran, NIIT co-founder, for promoting technical writing in colleges. That's great about you, Rajiv. You have done a lot in technology and Agile. Let's hear from Rajiv what he has to share about the topic that we are discussing. So ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together and let's welcome Rajiv Jain.
Thanks, Lucky. Thank you so much. Am I audible? Is my screen clear?
Yes.
Okay, and so I'm not habitual of giving such a brief talks, but I'll try my best, right? Because I'm habitual of giving extended workshops. So 15 minutes is not even a teaser for me. I'll try my best still.
Yeah,
okay.
So this is.
I know.
So this is a teaser that you will give, and I'm sure we will have a longer session dedicated to the knowledge and things that you have shared.
Yeah. So maybe if you can make best use of the chat window and let me know how many of you have heard the term Agile. Just say yes, no in the chat window, because we don't have much time to interact, but still I can't work without interaction. Okay, so we have few people who said yes, they have heard the term Agile. Okay, is your organization following Agile ways of working? Any of you? Is your organization following Agile ways of working? Okay, so we have Prisha saying that we are following, Aarti saying yes. Okay, you're following Agile ways of working. Great. And you as an HR or L&D, are you part of that transformation? What is your role in that Agile transformation of your organization? If you can unmute yourself and share one or two inputs on that. What is your role in that transformation journey? First of all, are you included? If yes, what is your?
Should I speak? I think I could not see anybody coming. So Rajiv sir, in this role, what the company is shaping up to, my role is to put everything on digital, because as we know that the efficiencies are going to be double in case the manual duplication work is reduced. So we are putting the learning platform, we are putting the HRIS, everything which doesn't require human interventions and can
basically
be
automation.
Yes,
basically automation.
Yes, that's one fact. And then of course, a lot of interactions are happening with the senior leadership to take their inputs to be the digital first organization in their respective respective fields also, in their respective domains also, not only in the HR. So that's how my role is.
Okay, great. Thanks, Aarti. And we'll see, right, what I have to offer in this, right, how HR and L&D plays a very important role in the transformation. So I'll be skipping some of the slides and directly jumping into, I'm sure some of you must have seen these values, right? Agile values, and I'm not discussing those values as of now. Okay, but there's a thing called customer collaboration, right? So we talk about customer collaboration, and the principles also we keep hearing about motivated individuals, trust, self-organization team, adaptation, cooperation between business and developers. So these are the regular terms which we often hear out when we talk about the agile things. Okay, and if any of you must have seen this agile onion, right, where we talk about tools and processes, practices, principles, values, mindset. So the tools and processes and practices, this is part of the doing agile part, and principles, values, mindset, this is part of the being agile part. Okay, I'm sure some of you may get confused who are not habitual of these terms. I'll give one example for this on the doing agile versus being agile. Doing agile is about you are following what somebody prescribed you. Okay, adoption phase. The being agile part, adaptation phase, where you try to improve what you have been told, and it actually impacts your mindset. We talk about your values and principles, not just about the tools and the processes that we are following. Okay, so doing agile to being agile, it's a journey, and this is where the HR and L&D plays a very important role. Okay, some of you must have seen these pillars also. I'm not talking about these pillars, but there is a fourth pillar which is coming up, that's called introspection. Not many of us are investing enough time on the introspection. We keep talking about retrospection. Lucky, can I use your name as an example for this?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so it's very easy for me to say Lucky is doing a good job, Lucky is doing a bad job, right? But it's because of whom Lucky is doing the bad job, right? Is it because of me Lucky is doing the bad job, or is it because of somebody else, right? Is Lucky's performance dependent on me? Okay, that phase, introspection part. How many of us are actually doing? Maybe those who are into HR, right? Have you seen the introspection from the senior leaders or even the mid management, right? That's not easy part. It's very easy for any manager to come and say, right, his team or her team is not working well. Okay, but not the reasoning part. So with these kind of words, so something of these things we are often sharing, right? Agile transformation, mindset, organization, self-organizing team, reduce the micromanagement. We're talking about the leaders, right? Smiley was talking about the leadership. One was talking about the technology part. Okay. Honestly, I've not seen even 5% leaders in India. I may sound very rude and blunt. That's the reality. We are full of managers, we are full of bosses, we are full of micromanagers. Leaders, very hard to find. Very hard to find. And agile transformation without leadership is a joke. We're talking about the cultural changes. We're talking about the motivated individuals. We're talking about increased learning and development, and that too keeping the evolving requirements in mind. We are still following the age-old process which was established 20, 30, 40 years back. Mass hiring companies still following that. I've still seen companies going for the group discussions for the recruitment part. Interviewers don't even see the resume till they land at the interview of place. One candidate interviewed by 4 individuals in the same organization, all 4 will have different say on that. Maybe 2 will reject, 2 will select. We are still following the same old processes, and on one side we keep talking about everything is changing like drastically. If everything is changing, why not HR and L&D? Even the academia part. In academia, okay, they are bound by UGC, AICT and all these. There are bodies that protects them. But still they can tweak around. Right? They have 20% authority in their hand, right? They are not making best use of 20% time that they have. They are just doing the checklist. I invite one Lucky to conduct a 30-minute session, and within 30-minute session, I'm done from the checklist. But what is the ROI? What is the value add to the student? And then next year I'll come back to Lucky again. Lucky, this year also we did the same session for 30 minutes. Is right? That's what we're doing. Why can't we change? Right? How HR and L&D can change? Psychological safety. There's a typo here, right? Somebody even talked about the psychological part, so please ignore the typo here. So psychological safety, diversity, motivation, right? HR play a very important role in all these things. How can any digital transformation of an organization happen without including HR? And how many HR are actually included in those digital transformations? They think it's just a software job. No, it's not a software job. Software is one of the elements. That's the doing agile part which I was referring to. Right? Software is just this part, tools, processes, and practices. Moment we come to the journey of this part, right? Principles, values, mindset. Can it happen without HR? Any of you, right? Can it happen without involving the HR? Right? And if it cannot happen without HR, why HR is not involved in the transformation journey? Why they are only for the recruiting the agile coaches, recruiting the transformation head, recruiting the transformation leads, or for the payment part? But what is their involvement? What is their involvement in bringing psychological safety? What is their involvement in bringing in minimizing the cultural gaps? We are working in a virtual world. Different cultures. As a best example, right? One was there, okay, if I crack a joke, a proverb, which is, suppose, अपना हिंदी का एक joke ले लेते हैं, right? खुद ही को बुलंद कर इतना कि हर तकदीर से पहले खुदा तुझसे पूछे तेरी रजा क्या है? And all of us will get motivated. But what about a warm, right? Will you even understand what we're talking about? This is where we need to bring the cultural sensitization. It's not just about the gender diversity. And this is where HR and L&D are a very important part. We are still L&D. Most of the L&D folks don't understand the business value concept. They are habitual of creating the training content, put everything online. That's the biggest trend these days, right? Put everything, even leadership training online. Man, how many leaders have you been able to create after conducting those online trainings? Can you quantify? Can you look for the ROI? If not, and you still continue to invest in those trainings which are not resulting in anything. Just because you have done the training does not mean you're a leader. The rewards and recognition, it's still controlled by your first line supervisor. Have they evolved? Have they changed? We're still following the age-old process of the reward and recognition. In the name of team building activities, there is an HR activity at the organization level. What else? Is it the actual team building activity? For me, it's just a checklist. Have you been able to bring the people together by those activities? Think again. We're talking about OKRs without even understanding what the OKRs are. Every other day, the ways of working are changing. Before COVID, nobody knew that we can do so much online. Now it's getting difficult to bring people back. There's hybrid, everything is there. HR strategies have to evolve over a period of time. They are, but what is their active role? You're doing because somebody just came and asked. If you take the lead, be the front runner. Take the lead in the ever evolving, changing landscape of the corporate and the industrial world. Even the academia, even they are changing now. They're changing like anything. But academia is also struggling how to manage the virtual teams. They are not habitual of doing this part. They are habitual of teaching in front of the blackboard. They are not even habitual of creating effective content for the online teaching, but they are catching up. All of us need to do a lot of things by contributing actively, not in the background, not just when somebody comes and asks you, what is your role? And this is where HR, L&D should come together and take a lead in this part, because transformation is a journey, not a destination. And HR and L&D play a very, very, very important role from moving from doing agile to being agile. Tools, processes, everybody can do. Mindset, values, principle, not an easy task. If HR and L&D team are involved, the journey may become more rosier than what we can anticipate. Maybe this is the message that you can take back to your organizations involving HR and L&D in the overall digital transformation, not just for a checklist, create learning modules, or follow what the instructions we have given. You play a very important role, and especially academia, because academia need to train these people to be ready for the digital transformation wave, which is impacting not just the industries but the academia also. These are the pointers which I wanted to share. Just 10,000, 100,000 feet level, a role that you need to play effectively. You can reach me offline for any questions you may have, or anything you want more details on how HR and L&D play a very important role, what else they can do, how academia need to change, how academia need to adjust, how academia can launch those executive education courses. I'm not talking about those EMBAs, executive MBAs and all. Those are not executive educations. Those are just degrees. Launch the executive education, corporate education, make best use of the infrastructure you have. What these IIMs and IITs are doing, it's only because of this part they are able to generate the placement and internship, because corporate is already there. Make best use of what you have. Groom your faculty, groom your teams, groom your leadership to involve HR, L&D effectively in your digital transformation. And to my surprise, I heard just about 3 months back, even the universities started hiring L&D heads. Even the universities have started hiring L&D heads. Two of my friends are working in two big private universities in a very high scales. They are the L&D head of the universities. So even universities now realize there's a need for the L&D in their campus too. We are not talking about the FDPs, right? There's a learning part. So that's what I wanted to share, Lucky. Thank you so much for providing me those few minutes. And I don't know whether I passed on any good message or not, but I tried my best. So any questions I can answer. I'm happy. If you want to reach me, you can reach me. Beyond this,
Any questions from anyone? So one is sharing an appreciation.
one, I really like your one, right? I'll reach back to you. Some points I wanted to discuss. I'll come back to you on this.
Thank you so much, Rajiv. It was quite an eye-opener for an HR professional. Yes, most of the organizations, I understood the key message that you shared, and which even I have experienced, that in most of the initiatives that happen in organizations or even in academia, it happens in silos.
Yes.
The CEO and the CTO, they decide that we have to have the agile way of working, we have to have this way of working, which is technological enhancement and this and that. And HR comes much later, when there is only the training program on agile has to be designed, or has to be organized, not even designed, has to be organized. So the calendar has to be filled, and there comes the role of the HR or LME.
Absolutely.
That's it. And then it's over there, right there.
Absolutely.
So I definitely understand, and I have experienced all these in my career, being the head of L&D with corporates, and having also headed HR, and the way things are taken up, not in collaboration but in silos, it creates lots of problems.
So we end up creating agile silos in the agile world.
Exactly. Do agree. I do agree. So again, I would like to share here, taking this opportunity, that this is what has created the thought, the idea that I had, the passion that I have, is to bring about change in the way the development of people happen in corporate and in education sector. And that is why the platform of PlanMyTrainings is not just an e-learning or Udemy type of platform, wherein I saw this gap coming up at Udemy and other platforms, wherein you can go and watch a video, you can get certified, and that's it. But what are the ways that you can interact with the trainer? There is no way.
Yeah, so Lucky, very good point. And maybe just like I was adding on this part, right? Leadership training, virtual leadership trainings, right? I have not seen anyone able to create a leaders by giving a virtual, by asking them to attend any Udemy course or any online course. I have not seen anyone. If any one of you have seen, maybe I'd like to hear your story particular, right? You can't develop leaders by asking them to go and attend an online training. It has to be in-person, extended workshop, a customized workshop where they feel engaged, they feel included. Without this, forget about creating leaders. You'll end up only creating managers and bosses.
Yes, I definitely agree. But there is a lot of role that technology can also play, which is where we can have an impact, who have the understanding of technology also to a certain extent, that it is important, and we have the understanding of the HR and the human part as well. So that is where we can have an amalgamation, like as you said, that just an online course will not create leaders. We need to have interactive session. We need to have a classroom session, an extended session, in order to really bring that leadership values and leadership learnings for people, for participants. And going further from there is something which platform like the platform which I have created can help, wherein after the classroom session, you come back and you discuss the real scenarios on this platform. So that's why the groups that we have created in the feature of having groups on the platform is something which can help us go even beyond classroom. So of course, we go at all the three levels. We can play a pre-designed course, an online course. We can have classroom extension wherein real role plays happen. And then from there, further third level of extension could be coming back to the usage of technology, coming back to the groups on website and discussing real scenarios, real problems that are coming up with the leaders, and what veteran leaders can have their say on how to handle those problems that the new leaders may come up with.
So it's all about blended learning, Lucky. It's all about blended learning these days.
Exactly. So that is what the idea that I had for to bring forward in the market, and that is where PlanMyTrainings evolved. So I just didn't want to have it as just a trainer's showcase platform or as just an e-learning platform. I wanted to have a kind of blended experience for people who come to the platform. So that with that, I got little emotional also, because this is the topic which is, I am so passionate about, and that's why I started sharing a lot about what the idea is behind the platform. From your speech, Rajiv, thank you so much for bringing this up and bringing this very important topic in front of the audience.
And maybe we should conduct an extensive training on this part, right? Because this is just, it's not even a teaser. Right?
Not even an iceberg
teaser.
step. Absolutely.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much, guys. I need to move on to other session which is going on in parallel. Thanks, Lucky. Moving on.
Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you for joining in. We look forward to listening to you in future. All right. Moving on to our next speaker, which is Dr. Richa Ranjan. After Dr. Richa Ranjan, I will move on to Sanjeet Basuji, and then if Mr. Shrikant has to say something, we'll move on to that, and that will be the end of the meet today. So, Dr. Richa, I don't have the printout of your introduction with me. Because we had separate form for speakers since your name came to me a little later. I would request you to share about yourself and about your speech as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Professor Dr. Richa Ranjan.
Thank you so much. Myself, Dr. Richa Ranjan. I'm from Panchkula and I'm principal in Law College, which is in Panchkula. And I'm into legal fraternity from last 29 years. And I've been invited as speakers, and I've done many international and national conferences regarding education. So today I'm over here as educator. I'm right from the starting, I'm into academic field. So as an academician, I think today I'm going to speak about when the technology enters into the classroom. What are the benefits? How it enhances the learning? I'm not teacher, but I want my faculty members to go for this in an extensive manner and how it can benefit. So I'll just relate technology into classroom. I think there's something Mike. So how it promotes? It promotes interactive learning. Technology, when it comes into it helps in multimedia resources such as videos, simulations, virtual reality, and it is kind of technology is easily, it gives us information very clearly. The internet and digital database offer vast amount of information that can be assessed instantly. Student can conduct research, explore different perspectives, and access up-to-date information to deepen their understanding of their particular subject on which they are working for. And it is kind of tailored making process, personalized learning, where technology allows for adaptive learning experiences, which is tailored to the individual student's needs. Educational software and applications can provide personal content, track progress, and offer immediate feedback, which is difficult in the classroom as teachers are kind of, they're teaching to whole of the class. And collaboration and communication is the main part of it, as video conferencing, online discussion boards, collaborative platforms enable students to connect and collaborate with peers beyond physical classrooms. This fosters teamwork, communication skills, and the ability to work with diverse groups. Idea sharing, feedback exchange, preparing them for the real world collaborations. And multimedia presentations like combining text, images, audio, video, everything is into it. And yes, nowadays gamification is also the main part of it. Assessment and feedback is the main thing. Technology offers these tools such as online quizzes, interactive assignments, and learning management systems, feedback to students and teachers. This allows for timely intervention, personalized guidance, and data-driven instructions.
So I may say that it creates real world connections as technology integrates, enables students to connect their classroom learning to real world applications. They can engage virtual field trips, communicate with experts in different fields, as we all are collaborating over here and a discussion is done, and each and every aspect of every human being is reached to every field, and it is like exploring the current events or fostering a deeper understanding of relevant practicality of learning and most of the all global connections. It breaks down geographical barriers, allowing students to connect with peers and experts from around the world. Virtual exchange programs, video conferencing, online collaborations platform foster cultural understanding, global awareness, and the main important the development of communication skills. But some are kind of they say some says that it is disruptive technology, as now everything depends upon technology. How it can be disruptive? See, there are some pros and cons of this. Both sides of the coins are there. Using technology can excite young students, but what is the con? Can distract students. And what is the pros? Prepare students for the future, but it removes students from opportunities for socialization. And technology encourages spontaneous learning, but can discourage creativity, as many technology games are there which are pre-made, which allows children to complete activities without having no problems, where some games have problem solving skills. So in this matter, the selection should be fair, and so there must be balanced approach to the education, fun but informative, technological but hands-on, modern yet traditional. As in the before, our speaker told that it is difficult for the teachers to go for the modernized technology, modernized teaching, but they both must be balanced, striking the perfect balance so that our dedicated professors, educators help nurture our child social and emotional developments, all in safe and nurturing environment. So I was like today, I was to make the collaboration of technology in the classroom. This was my point. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Richa. It was nice to listen to you about the thoughts of academia leader from educational sector. How are your thoughts about technology, and yes, the way you are experiencing the pros and cons of technology that's happening. Thank you so much for your thoughts. It was quite interesting and immersive.
Thank you.
We look forward to listening to you in future meetings as well.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now let us move on to our next speaker, who is again from not from corporate but from the from speaking sector, language sector, and he is Mr. Sanjeev Basu. Sanjeev Basu is an astute professional with a total experience of 22 plus years, working as a soft skill trainer for past 10 years. His diverse experience includes education and consulting in IT, education. He is a certified public speaker and TEFL certified English language trainer. He is on a mission to boost the level of confidence among students, job seekers, and professionals, speakers for various webinars. He has been a speaker at various webinars, seminars, and he conducts workshops. So let us have his perspective around what technology has changed for him, how is he using it for himself as well as for his students. So Sanjeev Basuji, welcome, and the stage is all yours.
Okay, thank you so much, Lucky ji, for your lovely introduction. So am I audible? Can you hear me properly?
Yes.
Okay. So basically what happened, during this seminar or in a meeting, right now I'm using my mobile connection, mobile data, because my Wi-Fi is not working, unfortunately. So might be some problem. I may get freeze, or my voice may not go properly. But as far as it is going okay, then there is no problem. So thank you so much all for giving me an opportunity to speak in this wonderful gathering. And it's my privilege, honor, and pleasure to be here in this wonderful platform. So as I have been invited in this group, and I'm told to speak on the technology, that how technology is helping this HR training and education. Basically, I'm from education industry. I've been in this industry for the last 20 plus years, and I have seen so many ups and downs in this industry, and I've seen that how technology is helping this industry. So I don't have much idea about the HR, but still, as far as I know, that in HR also technology is used in a tremendous way for you can say payroll system, or maybe employee appraisal, or maybe training to the employees, that we use technology in a tremendous way. And at the same time, in training, what industry I'm in, which industry I belong to, that is training. In training, you see, if I talk about the pre-COVID and post-COVID, there is a big change in this industry, in the education industry or in the training industry. In the pre-COVID, which we didn't have this kind of technology, that is virtual training or virtual platform that we are using right now. So I think this platform is helping a lot of people to get educated, to get some training online. Basically, you see, I'm from a place where training and all these things are not that much. That's why basically I'm from a rural area, and we don't get much opportunity to get some specialized training or some customized training in my area. But right now, what is happening, due to this technology, this virtual training, I can upgrade myself. At the same time, I can reach out to people of different areas of the country as well as outside of the country. If I tell if I tell my experience about technology, when that pandemic started, when everything got shut down, we are in a big trouble. Everything was completely shut down. We are not able to conduct our classes, that is physical classes or classroom classes. But it is like a blessing in disguise that we started using platform like Zoom, platform like Google Meet, platform like MS Team, and that really helped us to conduct our classes from the comfort of our home. And at the same time, the students, they also started getting some extra knowledge from different trainers, from different teachers, and they also got it as they started learning online. So that's what I've seen, the emergence of many educational apps like Byju's. We have Udemy, we have Indian Training, something like that. So we have seen so many apps are started coming up day by day, and we are having the classroom from our comfort of our home. So this is what I have been experiencing in my experience, that we are able to conduct the classes, as well as the students are also getting training from experts from the country as well as outside of country, and they are getting more knowledge. So technologies are being used. It is very difficult to describe in a short time, but at the same time, technology is having some issues. They are having some demerits. we have in this world of digital era, that students are getting distracted very easily. They are involved in some video games. They are having some. They are going to the internet. They are being distracted by some video games like that. So this is also not helping the student as far as I think. But at the same time, I was hearing some of our esteemed speakers. They were saying, I think Mr. Rasdeep Jain was pointing out one thing, that if we really want to create a leader, so that cannot be done through online. And this is also, I believe strongly, that if we really want to create the leader for our future, so online or the technology is not going to help much, because we need physical training. We need to have customized training to make them our future. But at the same time, in the there are some AI, artificial intelligence is coming up in a big way. We are seeing so many AI portals or AI websites that they are. From there you can do anything, whatever we like, and this is also helping. At the same time, not helping, I should say, because it is just stopping our creativity or creative thinking. Because whenever we need some help, we go to the internet, we go to any social media platform, and we collect all this information within a second. But this is not going to help our creative thinking. You can say pre-internet era, or when the technology was not there in that way, we used to have books. We used to read books, or we used to go to the libraries, and there we would find some information. And while finding one information, we would get several information on that particular books. But this is not happening right now. What is happening? I need a particular information. I go to the Google. I just write that question, and I get that answer. But this is not helping the students in that way. So this is also one demerit. And at the same time, this is also helping. But I should say that technology, we should use technology. But there is a very good saying is that technology is a good servant, but is a bad master. But that's why what I want to say is that we should not let technology to drive us. Rather, we should drive the technology. We should take the advantage from the technology. But nowadays, what we are seeing, the AI is coming, the robots are coming, and there are some robots. They are doing the jobs of human beings, and maybe one day it may happen like this, that robots are driving us, they are controlling us. We'll be the pawn in the hand of the robots. So now we are having the dream of digital India. Our government has started taking the initiative to make our India digital. But this could only be possible if all the authorities, all the concerned authorities join their hands together and make this dream come true. So with that, I want to end my speech. And once again, I thank all of you for listening to me. And I'm blessed that I have shared my knowledge. Thank you so much. Over to Lucky. Thank you.
Thank you, Sanjeev Basuji. Yes, technology is, as you said, that it is a good servant, but it can be a bad master. And the another thing that you mentioned, that our creativity might get reduced if there is an over usage of technology, and especially in terms of children. And that's where our role as leaders in education and corporate world is to bring this perspective of knowledge to the younger generation, that don't become a servant of technology, but rather be the master of technology and try to use technology in terms of being more creative, rather than reducing on your creativity. You can use it, but use it in the way that you become even more productive, even more creative. Right now, today, I brought up the video play of my portals walkthrough. I could have done that right in front of you all, but this was just the use of technology that I wanted to portray, and that's why I had put my video, which is pre-recorded, and I used it over here in this session to showcase how the platform can be used. So I did two things with the help of technology. I presented the methodology for you how to log in to PlanMyTrainings.com, and simultaneously I created that video and I've put it on YouTube so others can also view it. Now here again, we are meeting here, we are talking about technology, and we are presenting our ideas virtually, which was not possible for a few years back. Now, once this meeting gets over, we can put this up on YouTube, and the meeting is live forever. People who could not attend will be able to listen to it at any time. That is the beauty of technology, and that is what we need to put further to our next generation, to our people whom we are grooming to grow further and use the technology. With that, I come to Professor Shrikant Kalurkar, being the last person to speak on, but I'm sure last but not least, it would be with his experience. Professor Shrikant Kalurkar, I would request you to introduce yourself and also speak a few words on the topic. After that, we will wind up the session with a vote of thanks from Shalab. Over to you, Mr. Shrikant.
Thank you very much, Lucky ji. So I joined as a participant. You give me an opportunity to speak. I'm a retired principal of engineering college, having almost complete 46 years of experience in corporate world, then in teaching, and then as a principal for almost 20 years. So I was impressed by one of your statements which you repeated number of times. First we resist, and then we accept, and then we implement. I was doing the same thing when I was the principal of engineering college in Mumbai, almost 2015. I came to know through some of the platforms, conferences I attended in Germany, online education and other things, that virtual education is going to be the future of the education system. So I thought that I will implement that. So as you said, accept the things as early as possible and then it's useful. This was an example of that. So 2015, we introduced our teachers and students to online lectures as well as online practicals. And then I made it a compulsion for some time that every semester, 5 hours a teacher will teach from home. And student also will learn from home. Though it was the era of chalk and talk or classroom teaching. Also, at least one experiment will be done with the help of Sakshat. That was a project of Ministry of HRD with the help of 6 IITs, Dayalbagh, Agra, and College of Engineering, Pune. Total 8 top class institutions in the country. I used to say that at least one experiment should be conducted making use of this facility. Everything free of cost, open source mode. So when in 2020, 22nd March 2020, the lockdown was declared and everyone was stopped from going to office, going to colleges, students and teachers. I was lucky that all my students, because I had practiced all complete 5 years, means one full generation of engineering college had undergone this kind of training. So all my teachers were trained to teach online, all my students were trained to learn online. So from the next day, that is 23rd of March, we declared a timetable of online mode. And in the month of April 2020, we had 1,000 hours of lecturing using online platforms and 700 hours of practicals with online platforms. This is possible. So what you said, earlier we accept the new things, earlier accept the new technologies, we try to understand the vision, what we say, think globally and act locally. We do that, definitely it pays in long run. So in 2020, when the lockdown was declared, our institution was probably the first in Mumbai and almost the first in the state of Maharashtra also, who could switch on from offline mode to online mode without any difficulty. This is what is an outcome of what you are saying. Another thing, when it comes to artificial intelligence, there is a fear that a day will come that artificial intelligence, robotics, automation will take over the human beings, and whether the human being will be the slave. Here I would like to give one example of Dr. Edward De Bono. He speaks about creativity and he recommends to take a creative pause. In my research, I found that taking a creative pause at the time of sunrise and sunset, when the nature is tuned for tranquility, and taking that in the sacrificial environment where the percentage of negative ions is more, so that again it is tuned for tranquility, your creativity gets enhanced. Because logical thinking goes step by step, and lateral thinking has to have abrupt approach. So when you understand taking a creative pause at the right time in the right environment, your connection between conscious and superconscious gets enhanced. And if we teach our students to increase this connection between conscious and superconscious, it adds to their creativity. It adds to their innovative thinking and ability to provide innovative solutions to the problems. So it adds to their problem-solving solutions. So we can train the students' community, we can train the people in the corporate world with this as a background, and definitely we'll be able to come up with a different kind of class of human beings who will never be the slaves of technology, but who will always be the master of technology. So thank you, Lucky ji, that you gave me an opportunity to speak. I also thank Smiley Madam, who recommended me to join this program today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Shrikant. Awesome. Kudos to you. The kinds of initiatives that you took and the way you used technology and you adapted quickly, the examples that you shared. Awesome. Vaughn, thank you so much. You are with us. I know it's been very late there. We are just winding off, and I would just request Shalabh to give a vote of thanks for all the speakers, and then we will close. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Over to you,
So,
Shalabh.
thank you so much. So, thank you all of you. For being here on Saturday. So thanks a ton. And I really enjoyed, I think we should have this kind of session, quite regularly, Lucky, because all are experts in their field, and all the perspective that we brought on the table, there's a lot of depth of knowledge sharing that has happened. I'm really glad to know this, and I thank every one of you, Mr. Sujit Basu, Mr. Shrikant, Mr. Vaughn, and 1 second, I'm just scrolling this. Okay, I'm not able to see the name. Anyways, okay, so everyone, and all gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen who left, thank you, all of you. Right, so thanks a ton, Lucky. Thank you. I appreciate what all you're doing, and keep doing it. And we have been using PlanMyTraining and it's a wonderful platform. What I call is like Amazon for trainers. Okay, so you can get a lot of options. You can get you can showcase your own service on the platform, and people can pick up and connect with different service providers. So that's, so keep continuing your product and keep doing well. Thank you so much, everyone. Have I missed anyone who are like present right now, speakers? And then Lucky, you can help out, please. Yes. Thank you.
People, many have left because being a Saturday morning, people were busy in their other stuff. But yes, we had a great show today. Thank you very much, and especially I would like to thank Vaughn, Eric Kandop. Thank you so much for being here till 1:30 or 2. It must be around 2, I think. You have always been a mentor and a support for any endeavor that I take. Thank you so much, and I look forward to meeting you all once again very soon. I wish that probably next month itself we'll have another round of meeting, the EdTech talks, and I would request you to join the group that I have shared in the chat box on the PlanMyTrainings.com. It is EdTech Talks group. When you log in, you will be able to find that under the groups tab. Please do join that. We have just started off with a new version of the platform, so not many people are still there, but I want you all leaders to lead this from the front along with me and support me, mentor me, help me out in taking this technology for the betterment of students, learners, employees, and people all around the globe. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.
Good night.
Thank you.
Gigi. Thank you, Shrikant, Professor Shrikant. Sir.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Have a nice day. Thank you, Shalom.